Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. We do apologize for the technical difficulties. We are currently working on them. I don't believe there's going to be a scoreboard tonight, but that's all right. We will let you know the time. There's about 20 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the first half of the evening. The Crusaders have scored one tonight. That was from Cooper Taylor early on in the first half. Currently, at 20 minutes left, it is 1-0. Buhler High School Crusaders. Now as the ball goes back into play, looks like a Salt Hawk has taken control as that one's going to go out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be a throw-in from Dawson Valdoy. And over to Ethan Stambaugh. He's going to fight to keep this one in. Going to go out of bounds as well. Looks like this one as well on Hutch. Yep. And now the Salt Hawks taking the ball back up the field towards the Crusader goal. Looking to get themselves on the board. And what a save! Looks like the ball's going to go way out of bounds on that one after some frustration after the missed goal. And again, in the midst of our technical difficulties, in case you did not quite hear the intro earlier this evening, my name is Caden Warner, live here on Crusader Sports Network, along with my broadcasting partners, Colton Hines on the camera and Tyler Adams running our computer tonight. And it looks like that's going to be a Hutchinson Salt Hawk goal, taking your score 1-1. And we are currently working on getting a scoreboard there for you.
Credit that goal to number 16, Pejon.
How long have you been doing this, Tyler? 4 years. Now with a little over 17 and a half minutes left, the score is 1-1. And it looks like there's going to be a penalty on that one. Looks like that one will be on the Crusaders.
Entering for Buhler, 33, Amos Harder.
As you hear there, 33 from Buhler, Amos Harder coming in for Jalen Cherry. And Taylor going airborne on that one to use his head as a weapon. And that one's going out of bounds. Big kick there from the Salt Hawks. And that one's going to go out of bounds on the Salt Hawks as well. Going to be another throw in from Dawson Valdoy. And now Taylor taking this one up the field. Momentum halted by Salt Hawk defender. Looks like another penalty on Buhler. And a very close shot there from the Salt Hawks almost resulted in their second goal of the evening. Now as Harder takes control of the ball, passes this one off to Cooper. And Penrose's going down on that one. And Taylor going down on that one, as well as a couple of Salt Hawks. I believe they are calling this one on Hutch. It looks like this is going to result in a corner kick from the Buhler Crusaders. As we are now just under the 15-minute mark. As we await the corner kick.
For Hutch, number 20, Kamani Matala, and number 6, Diego Ruiz. For Buhler, back in number 10, Jalen Cherry.
As the Salt Hawks have regained control of the ball, bringing it way down the field, outrunning all Buhler defenders, losing a little bit of control of the ball, going to halt up that momentum a little bit, passing up the field right to the goalie. And Jalen Cherry back in the game now. Going to stop that one from going out of bounds. And Drew Lugafett on the far side of the field, keeping this one in. Now a goal kick coming from the Crusaders. And Taylor going to stop that one from getting any closer to the goal. And sending this one way back down the field. Going to go out of bounds, though, off of Taylor. Resulting now in a Salt Hawk throw in. And we do apologize for that, as the summer heat is still beating down on us in Kansas. Huge kick there, nearly resulting in a goal. But as I was saying, as that summer heat still beats down on us here in the Midwest, it does take a toll on our equipment as our camera just overheated. We are going to aim to keep it on as much as possible throughout the rest of the game here tonight. Should be a little bit better situation as it begins to cool down here this evening as the sun starts to set.
Back in for Hutch, number 16, Tajon Johnson.
Tyler, there's no reason to talk about football. No. And Valdoy taking this one back down the field, as that one goes out of bounds on Hutch. As we are now down under 10 minutes left in the first half, that one's going to go out of bounds. It's going to result now, I believe, in a Salt Park goal kick. And we are getting the overheat signal again on our camera. It is going to shut off here very soon. We do apologize for that. We will still be commentating to try and give you... And sideswiping, they're going to call that a push. Ethan Stambaugh unhappy about the call, saying, come on down there on the field. Not very happy with that one. Now we're back on. Hang on. Testing. Okay. And we do apologize for that. As I said before, camera is overheating as that summer heat continues to beat down on us. As we are now a little over 6.5 minutes left. Score still 1-1. And as Hutch looks to make a drive for the goal one more time. Looks like they will stop the clock on this one.
In for Buhler, number 15, Isaac Spicer. For Hutch.
Down on that one for Hutch is number 7, Chris Smith.
And number 23, Jack Yoder.
Really favoring that lower leg, possibly ankle. Actually, I think it might be a cramp. A cramp, excuse me, there in the calf muscle. Charlie horse, if you will. I've experienced a few of those in my lifetime, and I can attest to him on the field. It does not feel good. And it looks like he is going to make it up off that one. You love to see it. Now it looks like the ball will resume play. It looks like taking the throw in for Hutch is going to be number 3. That is Chase McManus. I do apologize. Looks like number 14 will be taking that. And there goes the throw in. As Buhler misses a few kicks on there. Valdoy missing that one as Amos Harder takes control of it. Passing this one up to Ethan Stambaugh. And our camera has overheated once more. We do apologize. I think for the rest of the first half, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go commentary only. Hopefully we will be back and up and running. We do apologize, as I said, about this again. We aim to be back up and running as we hit the 5-minute mark for the second half. Hopefully things will have cooled down a little bit there in the next 15 minutes or so. As this one goes over to Cooper Taylor. Up to Valdoy. And Valdoy making progress and going down on that one. As this one is going to possibly roll out of bounds. Never mind. Looks like Carver Terrell will make the save on that one. And a couple players going down on that one. And Taylor making a rush for the goal. And that one's going to go out of bounds on Buhler, now resulting in a goal kick from the Hutchinson Salthawks. Speaking of Cooper Taylor, one of 5 seniors this year on the Buhler High School soccer team, other ones include Thomas Compton, Drew Lugafett, Cooper Taylor, Jared McWilliam, as well as, who's the last one? Who am I thinking of?
Carver Terrell.
Carver Terrell, my bad, ladies and gentlemen. Salthawks sending this one back down the field. And out of bounds on Buhler. throw in coming now from Hutch. And a Crusader and Salt Hog jockeying for position on the ball, as that one's going to go out of bounds. As this will result in another Salt Hot goal kick.
Back in for Buhler, number 18, Cole Barley.
And Cherry unable to keep this one in bounds, but it is going to go out of bounds on Hutch, as Cherry will take the throw in. He got to Isaac Spicer on that one. Looking to take a shot on the goal was Taylor right there, going just right of the goal and out of bounds. As the goal kick from Hutch reaches a forward, looks to go back up the field. Valdoy taking control back for the Crusaders, though, as Isaac Spicer goes down on that one. And Ethan Stambaugh looking to make one final rush to the goal with the last 30 seconds of the first half. And it will go out of bounds with the last 20 seconds remaining here. Going to be taken up by a goal kick, it looks like. And with 10 seconds left, the ball goes up the field. And with 5 seconds, will the Crusaders get one last ball in the goal? They will not as we go into halftime. We thank you for joining us for this first half of Buhler High School men's varsity soccer action. Again, we do apologize for the lack of video tonight. We are aiming to get that up and running by the second half as it begins to cool down. We thank you for joining us for this first half. We will be back soon. And we are back now from halftime. We do apologize again for any inconvenience, as the camera that we are using tonight, as I said, has. And to start off the second half, a penalty already early, as Standball will help up a player there, as it will call a trip on that one. But as I was saying, we do apologize, as we will not be able to provide any video tonight. We will still be doing commentary, though, through the second half. As I said, that camera has completely overheated and is being a little difficult with us here tonight. And Taylor taking it up the field now. Passing this one up to Jalen Cherry. Not quite going to make it to him, as that one's going to go out of bounds. And the score is 1-1 here tonight as we come into the second half. Now we are awaiting a penalty kick, as there was, I believe, another trip on that play. And sending this one down the field. And another penalty here tonight. As we are now waiting another penalty kick from the Salt Hawks. And almost another Salt Hawk goal there. Kick is going to go just left of the goal and go out of bounds. And the kick coming back in, as the Crusaders are taking a much slower approach to this half. That one's going to go out of the bounds on Hutch. And Standball driving this one up the field. Not quite going to get to any other Crusaders, as the goalkeeper going to scoop that one up and boot it back down the field. High and deep into Crusader territory. And almost another Salt Hawk goal. Now Standball back in control of it. Another push there on Standball. Referee saying to stand on that one no more, as that would be his third push of the night. And what a save by Buhler goalkeeper Landon Hallier. Excuse me, that's going to be Jax Frederick, the goalkeeper, not Landon Hallier. I do apologize about that. Can hear the crowd yelling, someone needs to step up, let's go, as they have been in a 1-1 stalemate for most of the first half and as well as a good portion so far of this second half, as we are now past the 35-minute mark. As that one's going to go out of bounds on Hutch.
Entering now for the Salthawks, number 23, Jack Yoder.
Do apologize, that one's going to go out on Buhler, as that's going to result in another Salt Hawk goal kick. And what a maneuver from Buhler to keep that one in bounds. And that's going to be a yellow card. As Jaden Kretzer was on the ground going to get back up, he would be pushed back to the ground by number 13 from Hutch. That is going to be Trevor Cherry. As I said, resulting in a yellow card on that one.
Entering for the Hawks, number 7, Chris Smith, and number 16, Tajon Johnson.
A very aggressive season opener here tonight for the men's high school soccer teams of Hutchinson and Buhler. And as my good friend and broadcast partner Tyler called it, the Reno County rivalry. And now Cooper Taylor back in control, driving up the field. Taking a shot just right of the goal, going out of bounds. And after it goes out of bounds, Hutch will be back in control of that. Dawson Valdoy, though, going to get the ball back in possession for Buhler. And the ball going to go out of bounds there, coming back in from Hutch, though. Rough collision there between the Salt Hawk and a Crusader, as Stambaugh is all alone in the upfield. Almost a Crusader goal. Great work from Hutchinson goalkeeper, though. Looks like that one's going to go out of bounds on Valdoy. And Salt Hawks driving that one up the field, going out of bounds though.
Back in for Hutch, number 13, Trey England.
And Hutchinson sent that one out of bounds as it resulted in a small goal kick from Jax Frederick up to Cherry of Buhler. Now trying to drive up the field, going to go out of bounds though. And that's going to be the second Hutchinson Salt Hawk goal of the night, bringing your score up 2-1 at about the 30-minute mark.
Goal for the Salt Hawks, number 13, Trey England.
And that is going to be an injury timeout after the goal as they were getting ready to have another kickoff. Looks like possibly another cramp. This one looks like it's a little higher in the leg, possibly in the hamstring. And making it up off of the ground on that one, you love to see it. Another player making it up off the field under their own power. We'd hate to see someone's season cut so short so early, excuse me. as it is the season opener. And as the ball goes back in play, the action is quickly heated back up as Hutch is making another drive towards the goal. Great work from Buhler defenders as Stambaugh is taking back control of it, passing this one back to Harder. And that one's going to go out of bounds on Hutch. Looks like that is going to be a penalty on Buhler. And it's a substitution now for Hutch. Now Jaden Kretzer going down on that one. Another yellow card for Hutch tonight. Now as we're about
No, wait,
25...
we don't need.
Apologize for that. There's about 25 minutes left here in the second half. Score still 2-1. Was a penalty on the play there from Buhler, as well as a player is down on that one. Looks like they are calling for a stoppage of the clock. And another Hutchinson Salt Hawk goal, taking your score 3-1 with just under 24 minutes left to go here in the second half.
Number 19, David Reyna.
And now as the Crusaders are slowly but surely running out of time here in the second half to put some goals on the board, they're going to look to make a more aggressive approach at things here. And Cooper Taylor going to miss that one. That one's going to go out of bounds. Throw in from Buhler, out of bounds again on Hutch. And that one going out of bounds off of Harder.
Entering for Hutch, number 6, Diego Reese.
Now, as we are nearing the 20-minute mark, Hutch has had control of the ball almost this entire second half. Ethan Stambaugh going down on that one, trying to get control of the ball as Cooper Taylor tries to run away with it. Dribbling through the legs of Salt Hawk defenders. And going off the foot of Amos Harder. Harder unhappy with himself on that one. And Terrell sending that one back up the field. Sending this one up to Jalen Cherry. And Cherry making a drive to the goal. Losing control of it just as he got to the out-of-bounds mark. And that one going out of bounds, I believe, off of Cherry. I do apologize. That one would go off of Hutch, resulting in a corner kick. As Terrell's going to go down on the inside the goalie box, trying to get a hold of that one. And high and deep into Crusader territory, is that goal kick. And that one will go out of bounds on Buhler. And as we pass the 20-minute mark, that was nearly another Salt Hawk goal. Almost a high kick on that one. And Jax Frederick with an incredible save there to keep a fourth one from being on the board for Hutchinson. Frederick sending this one down the field, going to go right to a Hutch Salt Hawk as Ethan Stambaugh regains control, trying to drive it up the field. Now a Crusader down on this one. Looks like another high leg cramp. Can't quite tell who it is, though. That was Ethan Stambaugh that went down on that one, favoring that left leg coming up off the ground, making it up, though, on his own power. You love to see it. And as the ball goes back into play, it's going to go to Valdoy. And Cooper Taylor back in control now, passing the ball around from forward to forward and midfield to midfielder. Jalen Cherry going to lose control as that one, I believe, is going to go out of bounds. And this one comes back into play now.
Entering for the Hawks, number 20, Kamani Matala. And for Buhler, number 18, Cole Darling.
And that one's going to go out of bounds as we await another goal kick from the Hutchinson Salt Hawks. And Taylor going to take control of that goal kick as the ball will stay in the midfield. As neither team can quite get a firm position on that one. Buhler breaking away with it, though. Was looking to make a drive towards the goal. However, Hutch taking control of it and driving back down towards Buhler's goal. Back in the midfield, though, the ball will be intercepted. Now the Crusaders and the Salt Hawks back in the stalemate.
Back in for Hutch, number 7, Chris Smith.
And back and forth between Hutch and Buhler. The ball's still locked in the midfield. As Hutch breaks away with this one. Will be taken back over by a Crusader and driven back into the midfield. Nearly another salt hot goal going to go just left as yet again here tonight. And Taylor taking this one back up. Too much sauce on that one, going to go way out of bounds. Another injury timeout here. Apologize, that was for a substitution, not an injury.
Wait, hold up. Yeah, take those to the field.
And play will resume now as we are down near the 12.5-minute mark. 3-1, Hutch leading over Buhler. Terrell going airborne on that one. I believe there was a Buhler penalty on that. Caleb Penrose comes away with this one, making a big push into the backfield. Passing this up to Jalen Cherry. Cherry trying to kick it off the heels, though, sending it up the field, but away from a Buhler forward and over to the Hutchinson goalkeeper. And Amos Harder, not quite enough of an angle on the kick. If it would have gone maybe a few degrees left more, would have had a chance to go into the goal. Now as we're down near the 10-minute mark, the ball back locked in a stalemate. Goalkeeper going down on that one. Almost looks like they will call the high kick there on Hutch. Was looking for Jalen Cherry, not quite going to get that one to him though.
Re-entering for Buhler, number 5, Ethan Stamball. And for Hutch, number 3, Chase McManus. Also for Hutch, number 16, Tajon Johnson.
Amos Harder working hard to keep that one in bounds. As Cooper Taylor looks to make a drive up the field here in the last 10 minutes. Not enough power on the kick to get it past the goalkeeper. So we are now down to about 8 minutes left here in the game. That one's going to go out of bounds. Looks like that one will be out on Buhler. Ball going out of bounds on Hutch there. Throw in from Buhler. As there is a Crusader down on the play. Looks like that might be Caleb Penrose. No, that's not Caleb Penrose. I do apologize. Can't quite tell from here who it is. As there will be another injury timeout here with about 6 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. And that was Cole Darling that was down there. Looks like it was another hamstring cramp. Seeing quite a few of those tonight as the ball resumes play here. And the ball coming back into play now. And out of bounds on Buhler's. Hutch takes the throw in there. Ball coming back into play. Dawson Valdoy taking a hold of it. And Caleb Penner is moving that one up the field, intercepted by a Salt Hawk defender. And going out of bounds. I believe that one would be on Hutch, resulting now in a corner kick from Buhler. Looks like Stambaugh and a Salt Hawk going down on that one. I believe they're calling that one on Buhler. And Cherry with a second Crusader goal of the evening. Here with just about 4.5 minutes left to go.
Leads a goal for Buhler, number 10, Jalen Cherry.
And the Salt Hawk goalkeeper is down on this one, making it up. You'll love to see it. I believe it was yet again a hamstring cramp. I believe that's going to be the 4th or 5th of the evening here during the game. He is making it up and off the field, though, under his own power. as it looks like they are bringing in
Going in a goal
the
for
backup
Hutch.
goalie.
Number 7, Chris Smith.
And as the ball resumes play after the backup goalie is now in place, with 4.5 minutes left, the Crusaders are going to try to tie it up and possibly send this into overtime. Buhler goals tonight, score being 3-2. Both coming from, not both coming from, excuse me, one coming from Cooper Taylor Sr. and one coming from Cherry. So we're now down past the 4-minute mark. Taylor, a bit of a pump fake on that one with the kick, passing this over to Caleb Penrose. Up to Amos Harder. Is Harder going to be able to reach it in time before it goes out of bounds? He will, keeping this one in. Ethan Stambaugh with a hold of it. Off of a Salt Hawk defender. And Stambaugh being man-marked on the field there. That one going to go out of bounds on Hutch. As there is another player down here tonight. And making it back up on his own accord. Love to see it. And in the meantime, during the injury timeout, starting goalkeeper back in for Hutch. Looks like the cramp has left his body. As we're down to about 3 minutes left here at USD 308 Sports Complex. And the throw-in coming from Buhler. Caleb Penrose has a hold of it. The adrenaline is hot coming out of the injury timeout. As the ball goes deep into Crusader territory, Carver Terrell and Caleb Penrose racing to get to it. Terrell going to send it out of bounds.
What's up?
And now the ball coming back into play. Throw in from Hutch. Terrell going down on that one. There's 2.5 minutes left here in the game. And Taylor sending this one deep to Jalen Cherry. And Cherry going down in a last-ditch effort to get that one in the goal. So we're down to about the 2-minute mark. Hutch back in control. Sending this one up to Frederick. Frederick kicking it back up the field. I think he was looking for harder on that one. As Hutch will regain control. Impressive dribbling skills. As Taylor now has control. Taylor passing this one up to Stambaugh. And Taylor taking a very tough shot to the midsection, a little lower than the midsection, if you will. I think he's going to be feeling that one tomorrow as we're down to about a minute left.
Action.
And Taylor making it back up rather quickly. Taylor walking rather gingerly off of that one. As this is going to result in a Buhler corner kick. Looks like Dawson Valdoy will be taking it about the 1 minute, 13-second mark. And with a minute left, can Buhler put one more on the board and send us to overtime here in the season opener? Terrell going down as well as a Hutch player. Caleb Penrose. Ball being dribbled over his head as there is now under 50 seconds left to go. And that one is going to go out of bounds on Buhler, going to result in a Hutchinson goal kick with about 30 seconds left to go. Score is 3-2 here with 30 seconds left. And there will be a stop clock. with 24.9 seconds left. And Hutch sending it right back out of bounds with 10 seconds left. And out of bounds again, your game here tonight. The Hutchinson Salthawks 3, your Buhler Crusaders 2. A devastating season opening loss here tonight. Excuse me, right before the clock ran out, there is going to be a yellow card on Hutch.
It's a red. That's the second one.
With 1.8 seconds, Ethan Stambaugh will take the throw in for Buhler. Excuse me, they will put the game clock back up to 3.9 seconds.
3.9 seconds.
As the yellow card was drawn on number 13 from Hutch, he is taking his time exiting the playing field. And as the throw-in comes in, game clock will resume and game clock will stop. And the clock again being reset to 3.9. Another throw-in coming from Stambaugh. To Jalen Cherry, as that is the ball game, folks. Hutchinson Salthawks 3, Buhler Crusaders 2. A tough season opening loss for the Buhler Crusaders here this evening at USD 308 Sports Complex in Hutchinson, Kansas. We thank you for joining. We will be live again on Thursday when Buhler Crusader Soccer will be live at home from Crusader Stadium when they face the Wichita Trinity Academy Knights. That will be live on Crusader Sports Network. We thank you for joining. My name again, Caden Warner, with Colton Hines and Tyler Adams here on Crusader Sports Network. Thank you and good night.
Appreciate it. Thank you.